The NFC South, Atlanta Falcons. You were hard on this team. You were like Pete Prisco-like attitude towards the Falcons this year.
Right, well, give me some glimmer of hope then.
The guy that I'm going to point out that I think is an unbelievable football player. Round 5, pick number 8, J.D. Bertland, the linebacker out of Notre Dame.
Yes.
You watch him in the USC game, he made plays all over the field. May not have the size you want or the ideal length, but this guy is just an instinctive football player, makes plays in the run game, pass game. He was all over the field. For a little guy, he'll come up and try to punch offensive linemen, get off them. But I think he is a very instinctive football player that's going to be a major contributor on special teams as well.
All right, 3 more teams in the NFC, and then you can take a break. Rick. The
Okay.
Saints are up.
Saints. And I'm going round 5, pick number – no, I'm not going to do that. Pick number 15. Who would that be?
Oh.
I can't do it. I'm
Spencer
sorry.
Rattler.
Now it's just a matter of principle.
Yes, that's okay. Spencer knows where the love is going to come from. All right. Well, I thought you were going to go with a young man drafted around later, but where are you going?
Yeah, I am going to go – not Bub. I called him Bud for 2 months before I thought that it's a B and not a D. I'm going to go with Christian Boyd, 6th round, pick number 23, defensive tackle out of Northern Iowa. Combine snub.
Yeah.
All-star phenom, not only at the East-West, but in the Hula Bowl. Thick, short nose tackle that I think can rush the passer better than he showed at Northern Iowa once he works on his technique. You know, he reminded me of a little bit. Not as quick twitched.
Yeah, who's the comp?
Do you have one?
No, because he's a little differently shaped.
Who?
I don't know who the comp is. The Christian Boyd shape isn't one you see a lot, is what I'm saying.
Okay, sit down.
Okay.
Hargraves when he came out of South Carolina State.
I like that. And the thing with Hargrave, and similar in the sense that he went to South Carolina State. A lot of people weren't talking about him. He was a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
But he had some
twitch, and he was a better inline pass rusher. But that built and the way he plays, he just Boyd's not as dynamic of a pass rusher as Hargrave was, but similar build. So that's who my comp ended up being.
Yeah, we used to say Clinton Portis actually described himself as like this, but I think he said Booty Do was his nickname because his tummy sticks up farther than his booty do, and I think that's sort of how Christian Boyd, if you enlarge it.
Ask Debo. There was another short, squatty nose tackle that came out of Penn State. Does he know who it is?
He's not responding. Who is it? How old was he? How long has he been?
He's been out of the league for a while.
I don't know who is it.
I don't have it.
Did Debo fall asleep?
No, he doesn't have it. Debo said he doesn't have it.
Who? I think he was a 2nd round pick. Was it Adams? Who's a short, squatty guy came out in
Spice Adams?
2000s?
Bryce Adams?
No.
Spice Adams?
I don't know. All right, we'll get back to that. I thought you had the answer, Rick.
I do, but then it's like, okay, I'm in Squirrel City land right now.
All right, keep going. I'll look it up for you.
You're talking
right,
Anthony Adams, Spice Adams. He was a.
Did you get it?
Anthony Adams?
Anthony Adams?
Is that who it was?
Yeah, I think that was.
Okay, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Debo was thinking about someone else, but he got Anthony Adams. All right. There we go. Problem solved.
Okay. Way to go, Minnie Lion.
That's his nickname?
Yeah.
Okay.
Buccaneers, love Graham Barton pick, 2nd round pick, love Braswell. I thought they got a steal with Jalen McMillan from Washington, a receiver in the 3rd round. But I'm going to go with Tyke Smith.
Okay, good.
The 3rd round pick, number 26, safety from Georgia. Very similar. That's similar.
There you go. It's late.
It's late. But we talked about it on HQ. When you go back and watch the tape and you're watching Bullard.
Javon Bullard, his teammate.
Yep. This guy plays very similar. And I thought he has a chance to play some Nick. He has a chance to play safety. Built a little bit like Antoine Winfield Jr. as well. So I think they got a great pick here. And I love the style of play. He fits what Tampa does on defense. And I love his physicality. So that was one of my favorite picks from the Bucs this year.
Worth noting, by the way, something that you did get right since you lost the dollar bet title. But you got this right, and you broke this news on with the first pick, I don't know, maybe a month ago now. keep an eye on Max Melton and Tyke Smith because they're going to get drafted higher than we think. Max Melton went to the Cardinals. He went 11th pick in the second round. Tyke obviously was a third rounder because people were talking about him on day 3 before his ascension in the last month or so. So there you go, Rick. There's something you can hang your hat on.
Do you think they ascended because we mentioned them with the first pick?
No doubt about it. Tyke retweeted it. Tyke's agent retweeted it. So I think they knew that we sort of the tone setters. All right, one last team, Rick, and then you can lay down.
All right, the Panthers. We know some of the guys. I know you mentioned Jatavian Sanders, the tight end from Texas. I'm like him. I don't love him. I didn't jump on your bandwagon like you jumped on my Senate bandwagon.
Yeah, I'm all over Senate.
Yeah. All of a sudden you got on top of him and it was like, whoa. But,
he was my tight end too.
Yeah, I know. But he was like your tight end 6 back in July when we did summer scouting.
Oh, of course. So, that's what you're for. You're the brains guy.
I'm going to go round 5, pick number 22.
Oh, good one.
Shas Midway, corner from Washington State, who I think is another quick twitched athlete that's going to be able to move inside and play some nick for the Panthers. I think he's going to upgrade their secondary. And I just love not only, even though he's a little undersized, his physicality and those guys that are smaller but are willing to stick their face in there. I think this kid is going to be a huge addition for the Panthers to help their defense.
Again, excuse me if I'm wrong on this, but it's late on day 3 here for us too. But I think Shaw Smith-Wade was the young man at the Senior Bowl that intercepted Joe Milton, and he may have pick-sixed it to the house. He had a couple plays there. You had gone home. I stayed after to do the legwork. I'm pretty sure it was Shaw Smith-Wade who had a great.
Well, it's because you got to go to the Super Bowl. I didn't get to go this year.
I
didn't make the cut.